What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing something a little different. This is a guest post, so if you see me in the background, it's because I am indeed, in fact, at the studio right now. But I have enlisted the help of a good friend. Say hello to Mama. She is here today because she has some wisdom to impart to us all, specifically. She was asked on social media, how do you deal with the issue of balancing technology, screen time, and academics for your children? Give me your 5 hacks that you use to solve the dilemma. And so, without further ado, let's turn it over to Mama. Hack No. 1 is to establish and set clear expectations. It is extremely important to talk to your kids about what your expectations are for their screen time and for their schoolwork. Discuss these expectations with them and make sure they understand why you are setting these expectations. For example, we have an expectation that Monday through Friday, homework comes first and screens come second. That means that when they get home from school, they're going to put their devices away and get started on their homework. When their homework is complete, then they can start on their device time. We also discuss how much time will be allocated for homework and how much time will be allocated for their devices, and what the consequences are if they do unfollow this rule. For example, if they're not finished with their homework by 6:30, then we confiscate their devices for the rest of the day. They really hate that because they love their devices. So that is a pretty big consequence for them. Hack No. 2 is to take advantage of technology to monitor and limit screen time. There are multiple apps out there that can help you monitor and limit your child's screen time. For example, we use Google Family Link. With this app, we are able to schedule when their devices will be blocked. So for example, during the week, their devices are blocked from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. On weekends, we may allow them to have a little bit more freedom with their time, but they still have to follow our rules about when they need to be up. We're also able to monitor which apps they're reusing and how much time they're re-spending on those apps. So, if we notice that they're re-spending too much time on a certain app or not enough time on other apps, we can go in and adjust how much time they have allocated for that app. It's also nice because we get reports every week of what apps they've been using and how much time they've spent on those apps. That way we can have a conversation with them about their device usage. Hack No. 3 is to teach them how to be digital citizens. We live in a digital world, and it's important that our kids understand how to be responsible digital citizens. One thing we try to do is to instill in them the idea that just because they can do something doesn't mean they should do it. Just because they have access to something on their devices doesn't mean they should participate in it or engage in it. For example, we've talked to them about how when you're on social media, you have to be kind and not bully other people. How when you're online, you have to remember that you representing our family, and you want to make sure that you making good choices so that you do bring shame to your family. We also teach them about internet safety, such as never giving out personal information to strangers, being careful about who they talk to online, and not believing everything you see on social media. Hack No. 4 is to model the behavior you expect to see in your children. Children learn by watching their parents. If you're on your phone all the time, they're gonna think it's okay to be on their phones all the time. If you put your phone down and engage with them, they're gonna learn that it's okay to put their phone down and engage with you. It's important to model the behavior that you expect to see in your children. For example, when we're having dinner as a family, everyone puts their phones on silent, and we talk about our days and what we're looking forward to in the upcoming days. We also ask each other questions to get deeper conversations. For example, one question we like to ask is, what was the highlight of your day? We'll ask them, if you could change anything about tomorrow, what would it be? And then we'll talk about why and how they're going to make it happen. These types of questions get them thinking critically, and they also help us get quality time together as a family. And Hack No. 5 is to have open communication with your children. Ask them questions about their day, ask them what they're struggling with, ask them what they're enjoying. You want to be a sounding board for them, and let them know that they can always come to you with any questions or concerns they have about school or about their devices. As a parent, it's important to stay informed about what your kids are doing at school and how they're reusing their devices. By having open communication with your kids, you'll be able to better monitor their screen time and ensure that they reusing their devices responsibly. You'll also be able to identify any potential issues early on and address them before they become bigger problems. Agree. In addition to talking to your kids about their screen time and device usage, it's also important to set a good example yourself. Children learn by example, so if you're constantly on your phone, they're likely to follow suit. By modeling the behavior you want to see in your children, you'll set them up for success. 2. Those are my 5 tips for balancing technology, screen time, and academics. I hope they're helpful. And if you have any other tips, please feel free to share them below. Thank you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have any topics that you want us to cover in the future, leave them in the comments below. Stex, thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you next time.